Hey guys, welcome to Storytime Online. This is the first ever, and we're gonna do a few every single week, and I'm so excited. But just like Storytime, we are gonna start off with our sign language. So everybody get your fingers out. Are you ready? What's the first one? Restaurant, teddy bear, optimism, pirate, patience, comic book, magic, egg, farmer, forgiveness, smile, Halloween, trick or treat, compassion, sandwich, kindness, nurse, buttons, thank you, happy Thanksgiving, empathy, ear, humility, shoes, winter, happy New Year, snow, Martin Luther King, rock, hug, snake, happy Valentine's Day, grouchy, polar bear, happy birthday, and book. Can everybody guess the weird holiday of the week? Can you see our screen? It says, hello there, me laddies. Top of the morning to ya. How are ya? Can you guess what it is? It is Happy St. Patrick's Day, yay! So on Happy St. Patrick's Day, we like to say good luck. So we're going to sign good and then luck. You kind of flick it off your chin. Good luck. Good job. The book we are going to be reading is one of my favorites. It is The Night Before St. Patrick's Day. 'Twas the night before St. Patrick's Day, the day to wear green. Not a creature was stirring, except Tim and Marie. They decked out the den from ceiling to floor with streamers and rainbows and shamrocks galore. Later, they carefully made traps with gold charms and rings. I bet we catch a leprechaun. They love shiny things. For if they caught one, so the legend told, they'd find where he buried his big pot of gold. They set out all the traps round the room with great care in hopes a wee Irishman soon would be theirs. The children then nestled all snug in their beds while visions of golden coins danced in their heads. Happy St. Patty's, said Dad early the next morning. Then he started to play bagpipes without a warning. He huffed and he puffed an old Irish song. Mom dished out green eggs and sang loudly along. When from their bedroom there arose such a clatter, the kids ran down the hallway to see what was the matter. And what to their wondering eyes should appear but a terrible mess. A leprechaun was here. Be quiet, whispered Maureen. He's hiding somewhere. When we find him, remember, we must hold his stare. For if you look away, if you so much as blink, leprechauns vanish quick as a wink. The kids trailed muddy footprints back and forth across the floor, which led them under Tim's bed and past the closet door. And then, inside a trap, they heard someone giggling. A real live leprechaun. They both saw him wriggling. His eyes, how they twinkled, his body so tiny, his hand clasped a trinket so golden and shiny. He was dressed in all green from his head to his toes, and he looked like a cobbler wearing fairy-sized clothes. The children approached him, staring straight in his eyes. Tell us where the gold is. Don't be tricky, no lies. I buried it under a rock, smooth and hard, it's marked with an X right in your backyard. But when the kids went outside with their shovel and pick, they instantly saw it had all been a trick. Ha ha, I fooled you. It's time to disappear. Happy St. Patty's Day to you, and better luck next year. Okay, Taster's Table this week, we're gonna do something fun. We are going to have our friends in our school read a different Taster's Table book every single day. So here's a little preview of our Taster's Table. The first one is Jamie O'Rourke and the Big Potato. This inspired Irish folktale clearly illustrates that taking the easy way out is something more trouble than it is worth. Our second Taster's Table is our nonfiction book, and this kind of describes different ways to celebrate St. Patrick's Day and kind of where the tradition came from. Our third Taster's Table book is Mary McLean and the St. Patrick's Day Parade. This is one of my favorite books. This talks about the Irish immigrants that came here in the 1850s and talks about the traditions that we celebrate today. Too many leprechauns. On St. Patrick's Day, leprechauns are lucky, but on every other day of the year, they make for noisy neighbors. This is a very silly book that you're going to get a taste of this week. Word of the week is patience, to wait calmly for someone or something without complaining. Patience, we practice it. Put your hand in a fist, and it's going to go from your lips to your chin. Patience. Everybody try it. Patience. Good job. The first wonder of the week is, I wonder, what about Beat Your Teach? Are you ready? Drum roll, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. Beat Your Teach is still happening, okay? This week, it's week 3. We have lots of prizes that we're gonna figure out how to save it for you. We're gonna announce winners. We're gonna figure it out, so stay tuned for Beat Your Teach, but still read. We have teachers in the building right now, and they're reading a ton. So I hope you are at home and you are reading like crazy. We've got to beat your teach. Deal? The second wonder of the week is, I wonder how they get all the green in the Chicago water. So the Saturday before St. Patrick's Day, in the huge Chicago River, they actually turn it green. And everybody asks, how do you do this? And they won't tell us. They say it's leprechaun dust. It's a top secret ingredient. And you can see on the back of this boat, it's orange. The dye is orange, and when they dump it in the river, it magically turns green. And they have boats with big propeller type things on the back, and it stirs it up. And they say it lasts about 2 hours. Truly magical. It's very fun. The third wonder of the week is, I wonder, besides Disneyland, who was Walt Disney? And without Disneyland and Mickey, it's kind of hard to think that he was a real person. But here are 6 facts about his life. The very first one, that when he was in elementary school, just like you, they had a school play, and guess who he played? Peter Pan. And in 1953, it was one of Disney's hits. He said he's always had a special place in his heart for Peter Pan. He says that him and his brother figured out how to make him fly across the stage with a rope, which is so funny to think about Walt Disney flying across the stage. Number 2 fact is, Mickey Mouse was not Walt Disney's first big creation. He used to work for Universal Studios, and they made Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, and that was his very first creation. Walt Disney did the voice of Mickey Mouse, and I have a very fun video. His friend is doing Pete, so he kind of has that deep voice, but Walt is the taller guy right here, and he is going to show you how he actually did the voice for Mickey Mouse. So just wait 1 minute.
Mm-hmm. 'Cause I know you're gonna be here. 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 'Cause I know you're g And now, a Disney moment from inside Walt Disney.
So, it's you, huh?
Yeah, it's me, I guess.
All alone, without your dog.
Yeah, all alone.
You know, I used to have a little cat once. And when it was left all alone, it'd cry.
Take one.
Hey, you. Did you see a mutt and a little run around here?
Yeah, they went.
They went that way. Thanks, conductor. Conductor? But that's me.
Take one. Hey, Pluto! There she comes!
Okay, pretty cool, right? The fourth fact is Walt Disney had a secret apartment at Disneyland. When you enter the park, there is a fire station, and above there, him and his family would stay there during Disneyland hours. And the apartment today is still the same as when Walt was alive. And there's a cool little fact that they said about, it said that there is a lamp that he would turn on by a window to tell everybody if he was there. And Walt Disney is not alive anymore, unfortunately, but the park every single day turns on that lamp in honor of Walt Disney, which is a fun fact. The fifth fact is Walt Disney's favorite song of all time was Feed the Birds, and it's off Mary Poppins. Some of you might not know the song Feed the Birds, so I'm going to show you a little clip from it. But the people who would make music for his stories, for his films, they would often stop by and say, will you just play me this song just one time? And it just made his day happier. So I'm going to show you just a little bit of the song. To you, but we'll figure that out. But I do love that that was his favorite song. Wait for it. Okay, and last but not least of Walt Disney's facts, Walt Disney was obsessed with trains. In his house, he had a huge train set. Then he made one kind of in his backyard and around the studio that he could ride on. And in Disneyland today, there is a big life-size one that you can ride. Walt Disney loved. That was one of his hobbies for sure. Okay, search for the treasure at the end of a rainbow in a book. Please keep reading, okay? We want to get your Beat Your Teach minutes up. And it was so fun. Love you guys. Miss you. See you.